Hello, beautiful soul. Are you searching for the perfect salt to use in your spiritual practice? Maybe something for cleansing or protection in a Buddhist ritual. Many of us reach for Himalayan or Celtic sea salt because we've heard they're pure or mineral rich. But could one actually be better for your rituals, for connecting with something sacred? Today, we're going to settle this mystery once and for all. Whether you're looking to ground your energy or invite renewal, I'll guide you through the unique qualities of each salt and help you choose the one that aligns best with your spiritual path. We'll explore their origins, their healing properties, and how each salt can enhance your spiritual and physical well-being. By the end, you'll know not only which salt to choose for your needs, but also how to use it in mindful rituals that align with Buddhist wisdom. Let's begin with the origins of these sacred salts, as their journey to us reveals much about their spiritual character. Himalayan salt comes from ancient seabeds nestled deep within the earth near the Himalayan mountains in Pakistan. Formed over 250 million years ago, it's free from modern pollutants, making it one of the purest salts on Earth. Its signature pink hue comes from trace minerals, especially iron, and is often seen as a symbol of grounding and stability. When you hold Himalayan salt, you're holding a piece of Earth's ancient memory, a purity that's been preserved over millennia. Celtic sea salt, on the other hand, is harvested from the Atlantic coast of France, where the sea meets clay-lined salt beds, giving the salt a grayish color. Gathered by artisans using traditional techniques, Celtic salt carries the lively energy of ocean waves and the essence of water, ever-changing and refreshing. This salt has absorbed the dynamic flow of the sea, making it a symbol of renewal and adaptability. While Himalayan salt embodies the stillness of earth, Celtic salt channels the cleansing, fluid energy of water. Together, they offer two distinct paths, one that grounds us and another that encourages flow and change. Before delving into their spiritual aspects, let's touch on how each salt can enhance our physical wellness. Himalayan salt, with its over 80 trace minerals like magnesium, potassium, and calcium, is renowned for promoting hydration and balance. When added to water, it acts as a natural electrolyte, helping to transport water into our cells and prevent fatigue. This can be particularly helpful during meditation, as it keeps you centered and energized, even in longer sessions. Many find that a pinch of Himalayan salt in water enhances focus and grounds their energy. Celtic sea salt, equally mineral-rich, is celebrated for its anti-inflammatory and hydrating properties. Because it comes from ocean water, it aligns closely with our body's own fluid balance, making it perfect for those who practice active meditation, such as yoga or walking meditation. It helps ease physical tension, which in turn creates mental clarity, supporting a state of calm and ease during your spiritual practice. Given that modern diets often lack these essential minerals, adding a small pinch of either Himalayan or Celtic salt to your water or meals can restore balance and bring a sense of groundedness and nourishment. Now, let's turn to the sacred role of salt in Buddhist practice. Salt has long been valued in Buddhism for its purifying and protective qualities. Monks often scatter salt around shrines or living spaces to cleanse them, forming a barrier that shields against negativity. In this way, salt transforms the space, making it conducive to meditation by creating a calm, undisturbed environment. Each salt has unique strengths that can enhance this purpose. Himalayan salt, with its grounding energy, is ideal for rituals focused on peace and stability. Its ancient purity is said to quiet the mind, center the spirit, and absorb negative energies that may linger in the environment. When you hold Himalayan salt during meditation, or keep it in a bowl on your altar, it's like holding a piece of the earth's wisdom, a reminder of stability and calm. Celtic sea salt, meanwhile, embodies the ocean's flowing energy, making it an excellent choice for rituals aimed at release, renewal, and transformation. By sprinkling Celtic salt around your meditation space, you can invite its refreshing energy to clear out any stagnant or unhelpful vibrations. It's a simple but powerful tool for creating a sacred space that supports clarity and flow, aligning beautifully with the Buddhist philosophy of impermanence and the natural rhythms of life. Whether your goal is grounding or renewal, salt can be a beautiful and accessible addition to your spiritual practice. For instance, you might create a circle of Himalayan or Celtic salt around your meditation area or in your home. Visualize this circle as a protective barrier that keeps out distractions and absorbs any negativity. It's a powerful way to ensure that your sacred space remains a place of calm and focus. Another valuable ritual is a salt cleansing before meditation. Dissolve a pinch of either Himalayan or Celtic salt in warm water, then wash your hands with this solution, imagining any worries or tension being washed away. This simple act can symbolize the release of old energy and help you create a clean mental slate as you sit down to meditate. You might even place a small bowl of salt on your altar or meditation space, using it as a daily reminder of nature's supportive energy. Each time you see the salt, remember that it's here to ground, protect, and purify. These rituals help deepen your connection to the earth and the sense of stillness within you. Salt can serve as an anchor on your spiritual journey, transforming ordinary actions into moments of mindfulness and presence. Each morning, try adding a pinch of salt to a glass of water as a small gratitude ritual. Hold the salt in your hand for a moment, appreciating its purity and source. Picture it carrying the energy of the elements, stability from the earth, if it's Himalayan salt, or fluidity from the sea, if it's Celtic salt. As you dissolve it in water, express gratitude for its presence, feeling grounded and connected. For those navigating life changes, Celtic salt can be a meaningful companion. Imagine it as a wave of the ocean, washing away any attachments or energies that no longer serve you. During meditation, hold a small bowl of Celtic salt and visualize the waves of the sea carrying away stagnant energies, making space for growth and renewal. This practice offers a gentle reminder that release and acceptance are part of the path. If you need grounding, Himalayan salt can be a steadying presence. Hold a pinch of it before beginning your meditation, feeling its weight and texture as you take a few deep breaths. Visualize the grounding energy of the earth flowing into you, helping you feel more centered and connected. This small act can help you release distractions and anchor yourself in the present moment. So, which salt calls to you? If you seek stability, grounding, and a connection to Earth's ancient wisdom, Himalayan salt may feel like a natural fit. Its energy is calm and steady, making it ideal for times when you're looking for inner peace and stillness. Place a small amount on your altar, or keep it nearby when meditating as a reminder of your rootedness in the earth. If you're drawn to transformation, renewal, and flow, Celtic sea salt offers a cleansing, refreshing energy that's perfect for letting go and embracing life's changes. Keep it in a small bowl with water, or sprinkle it around your space to invite the ocean's power of movement and adaptability. With each grain of Celtic salt, you connect to nature's rhythm, embracing life's impermanence. Ultimately, Himalayan and Celtic salts invite us to create our own sacred spaces, to reconnect with nature's elements, and to ground ourselves more deeply. Whether you hold a grain of salt pink from the earth or gray from the sea, remember that you're connected to the same forces that shaped the planet. Salt is a powerful reminder of our connection to the earth, helping us find clarity and calm on our spiritual path. Which sacred salt resonates with you more? Do you find yourself drawn to the grounding energy of Himalayan salt or the renewing flow of Celtic sea salt? Share your experiences in the comments below, and if you're curious about other mindful practices to bring peace and purpose into daily life, be sure to check out our next video. Thank you for joining, and may your journey be filled with clarity and peace.